hacking is the latest buzzword among startup founders, marketers, and even college students. Growth hacking is not about hacking that you usually see in the Hollywood movies. Startups with very less budget and resources requires growth hacker. Growth hacking is becoming a booming job sector in India. In this video, you will understand what are all the skill sets a growth hacker has to possess. You will learn what are all the qualifications you need to develop to become a growth hacker. This video is going to take a little long more time, so make sure you watch till the end. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you.
So what exactly is growth hacking? One of the most difficult challenges any startups face at especially the early stage is to get the word out there and to cultivate a loyal customer base. But the problem is that many early stage startups, it's very nearly impossible to compete with big brands and more established companies via the traditional approaches. In other words, reaching a larger audience within a short span of time and money, it is almost becoming an impossible thing to compete with big brands and established players. So growth hacking solves this problem by using ethically viable system or repeatable process, or finding where exactly the stage that can give an exponentially larger growth in their customer base or revenue base, or increasing the profit. That's what actually growth hacking is all about. Traditional marketers follows traditional way of marketing, like allocating budgets, creating the marketing plan, generating publicity, placing advertisements, etc. They want to have a template, or they only do what they are told to be done. But growth hackers has triggered such time-tested techniques. They are ready to fail quickly, and they are ready to learn things from failures and to convert it as into profitable model, which can be tracked, tested, and scaled. So that's what exactly the growth hacking is all about. Before telling you all about growth hacking, let's take a quicker example of growth hacking. Dropbox is one of the finest examples of growth hacking. In fact, the term growth hacking itself is coined by a marketer working in Dropbox. His name is Sean Ellis. Dropbox is actually a cloud file storage web service. You can use it to store your, many of you may have know about Dropbox. You can use it to store your file. You can use it to sync your computer's file to online. So Dropbox has begun to explore advertising with little or no impact. In fact, the number of new signups fell far below the cost of advertising. For example, if they are spending 1,000 rupees, they are getting only 100 rupees as a return of investment from that advertisement, which is very much impossible to sustain, to do such advertisements. So they have made a clever advertising method. That means that whenever you install Dropbox for the first time, you get to have an option to get 5 GB of free space, but with the condition that you should be referring your friends to use Dropbox. You have to enter your friend's email ID, and when one of those friends are using Dropbox, then using your referred link, then you will be getting 5 GB of free space. So using this one single trick, it has exponentially grown more than 2 lakhs customer base on Dropbox. Dropbox was able to build an unassailable reputation while substantially increasing customer base. By exploiting the benefits of growth hacking, Dropbox was able to get existing customers to undertake the responsibility of marketing to potential customers with a little incentive. That means that 5 GB you are getting, it's the incentive that makes you refer your friends. And the more friends you refer, you get more storage. Every successful registered friend, you get 5 GB of free space. Another finance example is Airbnb. Airbnb's growth hacks leverage community of larger community. Airbnb is basically a platform to rent out empty rooms in your home. For example, if you have an empty room in your home, you can rent that out in Airbnb for paying guests. So instead of paying costly amount to hotels, guests can prefer to pay for your room in your home. So that's what Airbnb is doing. So They have tried a lot of advertising, just like Dropbox. They went they have went go door to door to canvas about their product to people, and they have advertised the distributing flyers to a lot of people, but nothing was working. They were trying to find the perfect source to growth hack their startup, and they have found that Craigslist is one of the effective medium, where there were already a lot of millions of people who were using Craigslist, and most of those people who are looking for rental home rooms, they use Craigslist to find it. So what they have done is that they have built an automated system. Actually, Craigslist has a very tight mechanism to prevent such automation, but that being one side, they have successfully managed to create a mechanism that automatically posts the listing that their users are posting on Airbnb. So whenever if I list my room on Airbnb, my listing is automatically replicated on Craigslist with Airbnb's link to that listing. So when people go to Craigslist to find such empty rooms, they see the listing posted by Airbnb, then they come to Airbnb website, they suddenly become a loyal customer to Airbnb. So using this little trick, they were able to generate a lot of new users every single month. So examples are over. Now let's see what actually the personality traits of a great growth hacker is. Growth hacker is basically a marketer and engineer. Growth hacking for some companies is a buzzword. Growth hacker is focused on growth. His main focus is towards the growth of the company. He's addicted to metrics. He never loses sight of precious metrics. So he takes care of all the metrics with care, and he tries to identify what metrics are giving good returns for the investments made. And he was ready to take the baby steps. He never takes a big leap in any of his processes. He has an open minded, so he listens to his team members. He's ready to constructive criticism. He's creative. He is ready to pivot all the time. If something is fundamentally wrong, he tried to re-engineer the product or service. He's obsessed with his job. That's one main thing. You must be having a real interest in your job. He repeats what actually succeeds. That's one trait a growth hacker has to have. He should be having a great time management skill. You must be having the ability to succeed. So these are the fundamental qualities of a growth hacker. Before we talk about growth hacking, we need to understand there are essentially five stages where a growth hack can happen. So the first stage is acquisition. That means where exactly users are finding your business. Then comes the activation. That means whether your users are having great first experience with your product or service. Then comes the retention, which means that whether the users coming to your business are actually having a great experience, and whether they are coming back as a result of great experience. Then comes the revenue, which means how you are actually making the money, what is your pricing model looks like. Then comes the referral, whether the users who have used your business who become your clients or referring your businesses to others. So you need to find where is the opportunity to grow in these four steps, and you need to be able to successfully implement that particular stage to exponentially grow your company. Basically, growth hacking can be divided into three main sections. One is skill sets you want, mindset you want, and tools you need. So that basically boils down to three things: skill set, mindset, and tool set. Let's take a look at what are all the skill sets you actually require. You need, as a growth hacker, you need content skills, social media skills, and then tactical skills. Content skills is nothing but you need to know how to use content effectively to grow your company. There was one great example, a marketer called Ezra Firestone. His name is Ezra Firestone. He was doing a marketing campaign for a cosmetic product company. The company's name, if I remember correctly, the company name is Boom by Cindy Joseph. It actually sells cosmetics especially to women with the age more than 40 years of age. It actually was started by Cindy Joseph. So they have hired this marketer, Ezra Firestone, He runs his own company called Smart Marketer. What he actually does is that he has created. This is actually the article where he have posted about the success. So he have created a very lengthy article that explains 5 makeup tips for women over 40 years of age. What he'd actually done is that he have marketed that particular article heavily on Facebook, and that attracts a lot of they have targeted this article to women with over 40 years, and that attracted a lot of readers, and he made sure that the article is totally valuable. And what he does in each and every tip, he recommended a product of this his client, Boom by Cindy Joseph. And what happened is that a lot of people were seemingly very interested in this product. Some people has purchased it, some people has not purchased it, and he used Facebook's pixel technology to retarget those who have actually read that article. So what actually happens is that, for example, if you find an article on Facebook and you click that link, you go to that article, you read it, and then you close it, and then you continue to use Facebook for we can use Facebook pixel to effectively retarget the products you want to sell for. So if I'm reading an article about 5 tips for 5 tips for women over 40 years, tomorrow I will be seeing an advertisement of a product that is discussed in that article. So even if you missed to buy the product, you will be getting a reminder for few days encouraging you to buy the product. So that's the power of retargeting, and he was able to make more than $15 million in sales with that one single article. All the credits goes to retargeting. Without retargeting, this huge success was mostly impossible to achieve. The second skill set you need to possess is social media skills. I don't need to tell you much about social media skills, because social media is what more than 80% of online marketing contributes to these days. So let's talk a quick look about the statistics of social media. Facebook with over 2.4 billion monthly active users, with mobile users about 88% of mobile users. With more than Facebook, as everyone knows, that they have number one social media website with over 2.4 billion monthly active users. It has 88% mobile users, so you must be understanding the importance of having your website or campaign compatible to mobile devices. People usually spends more than 58 minutes of time on Facebook, have more than 1.6 billion active users on Facebook. The second most popular social media is YouTube with over 1.9 billion monthly active users, 149 million daily active users, with over 5 billion video views every single day, and an average time the video being watched is 40 minutes. The third one is WhatsApp, which is now acquired by Facebook. It has over 1.5 billion active users, monthly active users. Daily 1 million new users are signing up to their platform. Daily 1 billion active users are actively using that Facebook. More than 60 billion messages are being generated every single day. Next comes the Instagram, which is also now acquired by Facebook. It has over 1 billion monthly active users, 500 million daily stories active users, 95 million posts are happening every single day. More than 600 million daily active users are using that platform. Twitter is having more than 330 million active users, with over 460,000 daily new signups are coming to the site, with over 134 million daily active users, 140 million daily tweets. That comes the professional social media network called LinkedIn. It has over 303 million active users. There are more than 30 million company pages in that platform, with over 5.3 million monthly new accounts. 10 minutes of average visit duration on that site. Reddit is also becoming a popular social media in India, with over 330 million active users worldwide. 138,000 active communities are there in Reddit. 14 billion views per month. The site is getting 14 billion views every single month. 25 million votes are being casted every single day. So that's about social media skills you need to possess. You must be able to learn how to advertise your products on social media and effectively using retargeting capabilities. And one more site I would like to mention is Quora. Quora is a fantastic site. You can use it to Quora is attracting so much of people who are searching for knowledge. If you're searching for what, why, how, these type of question based searches, Quora almost ranks in the in the first 5 positions and search in the results. So consider using Quora as well. So the third skill you need to possess is tactical skill. Tactical skills is nothing but what are all the strategies you must be knowing in your arsenal to effectively execute a growth hacking campaign. So these are basically 4 types. One is segmentation, the other type is targeting, the other is positioning your business, the last one is optimize. Segmentation is nothing but where exactly your target audience is standing by, and you need to be able to segment them out of the whole lot. For example, if you are running an e-commerce company dealing with women's shoes, your target audience is urban women who are tech savvy, right? Okay, so if you are selling a baby product, you must be able to know your segment of audience. For example, mothers and fathers are the segments. They are the ones who are actually going to buy baby products, who has childs of less than 5 years of age, right? So now comes the targeting. Targeting means it's basically filtering your audience on the basis of demographics like age, job, geography, location, all sides out of targeting filtering options. For example, if you are selling baby products, like I've already told you, segmenting them as mother and father is not enough. You need to be able to be very specific about who you want to target. Parents can be from starting from the age of 25, 70, 60 years of age. But if you want to target parents of babies, you need to you need to restrict your campaign between 25 to 35 years of age. So this is the age range where most of the people are having babies, right? So this is what we call as targeting. Select one segment to be your main focus and any additional ones you would like to include. So that's what targeting is about. Then third one is positioning. Develop a detailed plan for positioning your product. If you are unable to position your product, for example, let's take the baby product. If you want to position the baby products only to affluent people who are having a very high level of income, you must be able to relate with them. You must be able to connect with these type of people. When the other type of people, they look at your brand, they should think that it is not for them. But at the same time, if the affluent people thinks about your branding, your product, everything, they must be able to connect with you. So that is what actually the positioning is about. The final thing is optimize. It's a very dynamic market outside. You must be able to keep your marketing strategy dynamic. If you keep it as constantly, you will become obsolete. To survive this dynamically changing environment, you need to optimize your strategies to match up with the changing trends, right? Okay, so the next is mindset. Growth hacking is mostly about mindset. In fact, it is more important than the other two, skill set and tool set, because the other two you can learn and you can buy or you can learn from somewhere, but mindset is something you need to develop on your own. So there are basically 2 types of mindset, not only in growth hacking or marketing synergy, but generally speaking, there are 2 types of people when it comes to their career. One is fixed mindset, the other one is growth mindset. People with growth mindset, they are usually they take failures as an opportunity to grow. But whereas the fixed mindset people, they take failures as the limit of their abilities, right? So they think either they are good or they are not. But growth hackers, they can learn to do anything they want. They don't take failures as their personal. They don't take feedback as their personal. But fixed mindset people, they take feedback and criticism and failures as personal. They always want to stick to what they know. They don't like to be challenged. But growth mindset people, they think challenges are the ones which actually helps them grow. So you need to have a mindset of a growth. You need to have a growth mindset to be a growth hacker. It's that simple. You need to have some traits in order to be a successful growth hacker. The first one being, you must be able to build. You must be able to having a mentality to build and iterate. You are not looking for perfection here. You're not looking to create something beautiful. You are not clicking. You are not looking to create the next iPhone. You must be able to think like a software developer. Like, think of a software developer. They usually build a very minimum viable product. They usually just write a piece of codes first, and they try to show it to people, take a feedback, and they develop it further. So they take it like an alpha stage. They release an alpha stage product. They then collect the feedback, and then they release a beta stage product. And after the beta stage is fulfilled, I mean, like the platform is, the software is a bit matured, they make a pre-launch release, and then they release the full product. Even after releasing, they keep on improving the product, like version 1, version 2, and it goes on. So a growth hacker's process should be like this. You are not looking to take a big leap, but you are ready to create a minimum viable product. Like, you are ready to first iterate a process that is very much easy and very much quicker to create. So that's the key element. You need to be able to laser focused. The most important skill a growth hacker can teach marketers is how to ruthlessly prioritize. You need to be unprioritize the things that are taking up much of your time and also doesn't deliver any meaningful results. You must be able to laser focused only on growth. Okay, so they cannot afford to wait to see if long-term activities will pay off. They need to see results, and fast. They want to see quicker results that they can able to improve it further. Okay, so even if it is a I mean 0.01% improvement, they are happy with that, because they know that it is a good positive signal to spend their time and money into it. All right, so growth hacking is is marketing in its purest form. You strip away everything and focus entirely on growth. So growth hackers know revenue can be a lagging metric. Declining daily engagement can highlight issues before even the revenue drops. So you can quickly react to it, and you have the opportunity to prevent any big downfall happening in your company. Killing the silos. Killing the silos means re-engineering the product to increase growth. For example, Uber integrated with Craigslist to leverage an existing community. They have used Craigslist just like Airbnb did to increase their customer growth. Twitter redesigned their interface. For example, if you are signing up to Twitter, you immediately get in the very first day after sign up, you immediately get recommendations of 30 people you can follow. So just imagine what would happen if you don't follow these 30 people. Your Twitter profile looks very empty, right? So you will feel that you are not connected with anyone, and then you ultimately feel that Twitter is not useful for you. So to avoid this mindset, what they have done is that they have made their sign up process in a way that after you finish sign up, you automatically get recommendations for 30 people who are relevant to your field or your interest. So you immediately feel that you are connected, and some people are there in your community that you want to follow daily. So ultimately you want to check your Twitter profile every single day. While digital marketers focus on external levers and filling the top of the funnel, growth hackers consider the product as the key marketing channel. So growth hacker actually sits between the product design and marketing, with the ability to critically question both. So you need to have the ability to assess the product's design and also the marketing strategies. The one more important thing is that you need to understand marketing is actually a science. Growth hackers are scientists. They love experimenting. Failure is learning, another piece of data to guide future experiments. So growth hackers don't guess, they test. That's what CN Lillis from Dropbox is telling about growth hackers. So growth hackers have learned fast to fail fast, but in a controlled way. They learn to experiment small things before scaling bigger. They look to find patterns to produce repeatable and scaling models. That's what growth hackers do. They seek actions with low risk, high reward. They quickly kill any ideas that don't work. Not only no matter if even if they have put up much of their um, confidence into it. If it doesn't work, they don't hesitate to kill it. The last phase of this growth hacking tutorial is tool sets. uh, Tools or which makes your process much more faster, and you can save a lot of time. Instead of doing everything manually, you can use all these tools. And pretty much these tools are most used by growth hackers. I have basically divided this tool set into six sections. One is task automation tools, outsourcing tools that you can use to find people to do laborious tasks. Then analytic tools that you can use to study the data and how your visitors or customers are reacting to your product or service. Then content and exposure tool, which can help you in publishing your contents and gaining exposure. Then social media tools that can save a lot of time in being social on social media. Then finally the feedback tool. The very first of the tool set is task automation. When it comes to task automation, IFTT is the most popular task automation tools out there. It's one of the most sought after tool used by growth hackers. It is also one of the classic growth hacking tools that everyone knows and uses in the growth hacking circle. It's a very effective tool that is employed in the creation of a statement called app. So what it actually does is that if, for example, you want to post something on Facebook about your company, right, and you also want to post the same content on like say Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, you don't have time to copy paste, or you don't have time to log into each of these account and post the same content over and over again. So for such tasks, you can use IFTT. So you can tell IFTT, so someone when I post something on Facebook, it should be automatically posted on the other social media accounts, social media sites. So this is one of the classic examples of using this tool. Not only this, you can use lots of combinations of this task automations. For example, you can monitor your business brand name online. Like you can monitor whether your business is mentioned anywhere online, whether it gets any news coverages, or your competitor gets any news coverages. You can gather PR opportunities. So there are infinite possibilities that you can use IFTT to automate any task that you want online. You can even automate a task offline. For example, you can automate things like, if for example a pizza guy delivers a pizza to your home, and when he's on the way, you can make a bulb in front of your home light. So that much cool things you can try with IFTT. It just requires a few learning curve. So just go to ifttt.com or search on Google and go to that website and try to play with that. Then another most underrated tool for task automation for growth hacking is Google Alerts. Google Alerts can alert you whatever any new mentions about the keywords you are mentioning to Google Alerts happens to be online. For example, if you are entering your name in Google Alert, then Google Alert will alert you whenever a website or whenever some people on social media mentions your name. So it is a very great tool to monitor the brand reputation and all. So try to play with that as well. So the second one of our tool set is outsourcing tools. Basically, I use Fiverr to outsource laborious tasks. For example, if I want to create a PDF template, or if I want to proofread an article, or if I want to create a sales letter, if I want to collect email IDs and phone numbers of my potential prospects for my next email outreaching campaign, I will use Fiverr. So Fiverr contains a lot of cheap services. Like you can even just pay 500 rupees to 1000 rupees to get the work done. And you can also use Upwork if the work is really critical and mission critical type of works. You can use Upwork because Upwork charges a lot of money. Freelancers on Upwork charges a lot of money. The quality is also great with Upwork. They have a lot of experiences in doing what you want them to do. For example, if you want to increase the speed of your website, if you want to create a completely new a CRM for your company, and you can use Upwork. So you can find pretty much all types of people, for any type of job you want. So these two are the most commonly used freelancing platform that I use. And you can also use freelancer.com. It's pretty, it's not as cheap as Fiverr. At the same time, it is not as costly, as expensive as Upwork. The third is analytics. You have to study your data, right? In order to get a meaningful insights into your business, you need to be reading the data about your business or website. And I have pretty much, because I'm into an online business, so I have included the tools that you can use to monitor your website and study how the users and visitors are actually reacting in your site. So Google Analytics need no introduction, as it's a very popular analytics tool. You can track visitors coming to your website, you can check their behavioral flow, you can track real-time statistics, you can even track the conversion rate, how much people are coming to your website, how much people are checking your product, how much people are actually interested in buying the product by adding it to the cart, how much people are actually paying for that. So you can do A to Z of conversion tracking. You can track bounce rates, which means how many people are coming to your website and leaves without even spending enough time on your website. So you can do a lot of things in Google Analytics. It is a pretty matured analytics platform. CrazyX is one of the coolest analytics platform that I'm using. With CrazyX, you can even know where your website, where your users are moving their mouse over your website. Like if you are experimenting things, it is going to be very much useful for you, because you can immediately know where exactly the user's attention on your site is flowing through. So it's a very useful tool and nimble tool. And Yandex Metrica is also a tool that I very much use. You can, it's a completely free tool, just like Google Analytics, but CrazyX is a paid platform. So Google Analytics and Yandex Metrica are both free. Using Yandex Metrica, you can pretty much do all things you can do with Google Analytics. Plus you can record each and every user sessions. That means you can literally watch videos about how your website visitors are interacting with your website. So it is an indispensable tool to measure your users behavior on your website. So do check that out. The next one is content and exposure tool. Content in the same, BuzzSumo is a very popular social media content analyze tool. You can analyze what content performs best for any topic or competitor. For example, if you are running a tax filing business and you want to promote your business through content, you can use BuzzSumo to find the topics related to tax filing, and it will tell you what are all the most popular or most trending or most hottest topic that the users are currently reading about tax filing, and you can generate new content ideas using these suggestions. So that's a very cool tool. It's a paid tool. Then the famebit.com, it's also a very popular tool to get more exposure for your businesses. Famebit is actually owned by Google now. It's a part of YouTube. You can find influencers on YouTube and you can pay them starting from $100. You can pay them and ask them to recommend or promote or review your product or services on these popular YouTube channels. So it's very cheap and at the same time very effective. If you are looking for brand endorsement, your brand endorsements, and if you are looking to create a viral marketing campaign, then Famebit is very useful for you. Then the social media automation tools, again it is kind of an automation tool, but I have put this in a separate list just because all these automation tools helps with your social media promotion. Buffer, if you have a social media strategy but you think you might think social media takes too much time for your time, try Buffer. You can it's a very much popular growth hacking tool. If you want to schedule your social media posts across multiple platforms, you can use this tool. Ducksoap is a very popular tool. What it actually does is that it captures the leads automatically from LinkedIn. Okay, for example, by visiting automatically profiles, I mean it's against LinkedIn terms of services, so use it with care. If you want to automate visiting each and every LinkedIn profile of your particular industry or particular company, for example, if you are interested in sending a cold email to a company, and if you want to find the topmost person in the company, the Dog Soup can visit each and every person in the company and collect the emails or the phone numbers for you, and you can then sort it out and find who is the top. If you are doing this manually, it is going to take you hours. So Dog Soup is a very useful tool for that. You can also use LinkedIn Helper. It is like the next level of Dog Soup. LinkedIn Helper is actually it is used to automate sending messages, endorsing people. It also helps you to build targeted mailing list. So it's a very cool tool. Check that out. One other tool that I use for my Twitter profile is Hypergrowth. It's a great tool to automate some of your activities on Twitter. For example, it can automatically follow influencers in your industries, so you get to know who are all the most popular people in Twitter within your industry, and your Twitter will be almost running by itself, so you don't need to do any manual intervention. And InstaRanker is also a very good tool if you are very active on Instagram. The growth hacking tool will allow you to automatically follow or unfollow people, like people pictures, videos, or even comment on your behalf. So but use it very carefully, because you don't want to make yourself look like a bot. But this is just a tool that can help you understand the process that you can. It is up to you to how you are going to use the tool. And finally, feedback is very important, because feedbacks helps you to improve the process. I mean, feedback helps you to understand what what your customers or potential customers are thinking about your business. You can use Typeform. It's like an online survey. You can create forms and give it to your potential customers, asking them to fill them. So it makes the entire survey process very easy and elegant. It eliminates the stress that comes with the awareness that you are undergoing a survey. So it's very useful tool for gathering comprehensive survey information about various trends and developments. So do check that out. It's completely free to start. The other popular tool that I very much use in all my website is Talk. Talk is a free software to chat with your website visitors. Once you add Talk widget into your site, any people who are visiting your website can chat with you completely for free. It's free forever, so you don't need to pay even a single paisa for using the tool. So I hope you understand all the tools that you can use for your growth hacking process. So if you have any questions or any feedback about this video, please do leave that in comments. I'll be happy to help you. If you also need any help with your campaigns and looking to grow your sales or revenue or customer base, please do get in touch with me. Meet you soon with another interesting video like this. Have a great time. Bye.